I just wanted to start off the evening by saying thank you to GCC for hosting us here. It's a beautiful place, and we're really grateful to be able to have this location. And also a huge shout out to Geraldine and her wonderful staff for the food and all the setup. They had another event, a huge event earlier this afternoon. They broke it all down, they reorganized everything, and got our food together. So thank you so much to them. So Dial Self's mission is to help young people become independent by connecting them with housing, employment, education, and civic opportunities. And before we honor our awardees tonight, I get to tell you a little bit about last year and what we have planned for the year ahead. So last year, if you were here, we were talking about opening up the Orange Teen Housing Building in downtown Orange. 10 apartments and with drop-in space and program space. We're a year into operation, and we've learned new ways to interact with our partner agencies, and we are working to strengthen our ties with the downtown community in the North Quabbin, and looking to hopefully open up the program space in future year during evenings and weekends. Over the last year, 10 young people in the North Quabbin have had the ability to have more stable housing, and that's just the beginning of the impact I see for that project going forward. I want to highlight a few of the numbers listed in your programs. There's a bunch of numbers in there. I won't go over all of them, but we put a few numbers in this year. So the first number I want to highlight is 29,127 hours of service. I'm going to say that again, 29,127 hours of service. That is how many hours of service our dedicated AmeriCorps members provided to our community in the last year. They also recruited other community members to volunteer in local schools and in nonprofits. We have a great group of schools and nonprofits in Franklin, Hampshire, and Hampden County participating as site partners. I'm also very happy to announce that we just started a new 3-year contract cycle with our AmeriCorps program, and we were able to expand the program a little bit and add a third staff member to the team, which is very exciting. So the next number is 5,865 food items were provided through our outreach and drop-in efforts. And our partnership with the Food Bank of Western Mass is a big piece of what enables us to do that and do that within our budget. The next number is 1,305 health and hygiene kits were given out to youth to help them meet basic needs. And then the last number I'll talk about for now is 106 youth received housing support from our dedicated and compassionate youth workers in the last year. One of the biggest bits of Dial Self news this year is our new Youth Housing Resources Program. So this is a new state-funded program that falls under the Unaccompanied Homeless Youth Bill, and it was bundled with some adult housing support funds as well, and there are 8 lead providers in the state. Dial Self partnered with Community Action to serve Franklin, Hampshire, and Berkshire counties, just a small piece of the state. So what makes this a big deal and what big news for us? 2 things. First is it's a level of commitment from the state that has not, we've really not seen before, and has the potential to create a much more connected and coordinated system of care for youth and young adults. Second is the flexibility of the program. Many funding sources have lots of restrictions on who's eligible to participate in the programming. Often there are age restrictions that top out at 21, or the funding's only good for under 18. Most of our federal programs right now restrict providing support to youth who are already involved in a state system, like the Department of Children and Families or the Department of Mental Health. This new program allows us to fill in some of the gaps in our existing programs. The funds allow us to provide support to youth through age 24, They let us work with youth no matter what system or agency they may already be involved in. And the primary goal of this program is to reduce the number of unaccompanied homeless youth that are in the Commonwealth. And we do this by stabilizing existing housing and finding new housing when possible and appropriate. We work with youth for 3 to 12 months period, help them develop the needed skills and resources to maintain that stability long term. In Franklin and Hampshire County, we've hired new youth resource advocates. Actually, our Hampshire County Youth Resource Advocate is starting in December. I haven't even actually announced that off to the rest of the staff yet. And in Berkshire County, we decided to subcontract with an agency that already has strong ties to area resources, which is the Berkshire County Regional Housing Authority. We'll be working with them, and they are in the process of hiring a Berkshire County Youth Resource Advocate, which will also be connected to the staff and support teams here at Dial South in Franklin and Hampshire counties. So it has the potential to be a real kind of game-changing program throughout the Commonwealth, and I put a little note in there in the program about the fact that this is a budget item in the state to watch for the FY18 budget, because it's a new program, and so if you're interested in being involved and advocating for that, I would encourage that. Anyway, our Community Champion awardee tonight also led the grant writing process for this 3-county grant, and also was deeply involved in the Hampden County program, and also helped make our next development project come together, which is developing housing for young adults in Northampton. The Friends of Hampshire County Homeless Individuals have been very busy over the last year, holding fundraising events, writing grants, and reaching out to generous individuals and local businesses. Collectively, they've raised, I think, a little over $500,000 so far. Rick, you're out there somewhere. Where are you? What are we at for a number? Almost up to $600,000 towards that project. The plan with that is to try to find a site, purchase a building that requires minimal renovation to convert it into 6 to 10 units of affordable supportive housing for young people, primarily 18 to 24. The vision is to have some combination of efficiency, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments, have some shared program and office space in the building as well, hopefully. At present, we're still looking for an appropriate location that's within our price range and meets all our basic criteria. We have a couple that we're looking at, but if you have any ideas, if you know some good spots in Northampton that you think would work well, make sure to let me know. It's just a great opportunity, and I'm really excited to be working with the Friends of Hampshire County Homeless on this project, and excited to see it move forward and have some additional housing in Northampton. So I spend a lot of time writing and editing reports and retelling stories that Dial South staff have told me. But I wanted to just share a couple little things that I've been lucky enough to witness firsthand in the last year at Dial South. So I have seen a young person sleeping under bleachers, gain their own apartment, finish their high school education, and start interviewing for jobs that will take them around the world. I've seen someone struggling with addiction navigate the physical and social consequences of that addiction and start to rise above it. I've witnessed several young people I knew as program participants over the years shine in their newfound professional roles in the community, and seen them strive to share strengths and experience with their peers and the next generation as staff members in our agency and other agencies out there. I've also seen middle and high school youth sit face to face with lawmakers and have thoughtful conversations about incredibly complicated issues. I witnessed them feeling listened to and valued, and was truly inspired. The work we do together is meaningful, and it makes a difference. The national elections this year showed me that we live in an ever-changing and uncertain world. It also made me a little bit more thankful for the amazing community we all live in here in the Valley and in the Commonwealth. If you look around you this evening, you can see a small sample of the supportive, compassionate, and respectful individuals that make up our great community. So I just wanted to thank you all for being who you are.